This is Valheim, and I'm gonna be playing it hardcore. I'll be completely honest with you guys, I have never beaten the game on normal mode, and I've never uploaded a YouTube video before, so I don't really know why I decided to do this. However, I did come up with a plan. 3 lives, I will have the map. However, that means I have to kill the first boss, Eikthyr, within 10 days, the second boss, Elder, within 20 days, then the Swamp Golem, I'll have 40 days, and so forth. This is not simple. Like, I kid you not, this is extremely hard. I don't think I understood at first how difficult this is really gonna be. But I mean, I guess we'll just have to see where this goes, how long and how far I can get. But yeah, here I'm just starting out on day one. Getting tools, getting resources, simple stuff. And yeah, I'll just show you the footage. But I found this Eikthyr altar nearby and a shelter. If you didn't already know, you can fit 5 of the cooking stations on top of a campfire, so I did that. And I found this runestone where pigs spawn nearby, just next to my base, and I actually found a 1-star level boar. And for some goddamn reason, I was like, I'm taming this guy. So yeah, I slept day 1 completed, got on a base, and for some reason, day 2, on a timed schedule, I decided to tame a boar level 1. A singular boar, by the way, that I cannot do anything with. Great choice, amazing, really smart. Later that day, I did, however, start gathering more things, more supplies, because I did have a plan. If I'm actually going to beat the first boss within 10 days and then beat the second boss just 10 days later, I needed a plan, a good one, a bulletproof plan, if anything. What I thought of was getting the Finewood bow really early, which meant finding a black forest and getting pinewood, and then crashing a bunch of birch trees into each other to get finewood, crafting the bow, leveling it up to level 3 before even fighting Eikthyr, the first boss. Now, this is not really simple, as you are really undergeared this early on, especially in hardcore. But hey, I had made myself some flint tools. I had a flint knife, which might be not the best choice of weapon. But I thought to myself that later in the game, I would be able to craft something called the Abyssal Knife, which is insane, brother. That shit is so good. But again, it kind of does not get along with my plan, uh, like my time schedule, because I need to find a Leviathan that has like a 1% chance out of 100 to spawn in the ocean. And for that, I need a boat, and I need to sell so much to even find one of these Leviathans. So maybe that wasn't the smartest choice, but yeah, I started grinding the shit out of my knife skills to hopefully get them to a pretty good level before I even got the Abyssal Knife. But I was actually pleasantly surprised by the flint knife. It's pretty good. As much as I loved my flint knife right now, every fight did leave me at 20 HP. And I don't know if I need to remind you guys, but this world only has 3 lives. So if I were to die right now, not only would I lose all my levels, all the stuff I've grinded for, but you know, I'd only have 2 HP remaining for the rest of the playthrough, which is not great. And I mean, not to mention the time limit I have. Yeah, I really need to put some emphasis on that. If I die early on, I'm gonna lose so much progress, and yeah, this is just not something I can afford right now. once I was done in the Black Forest, I packed up my camp and started heading home. I had collected enough core wood to make the bow level 3, but also get enough core wood for a stack breaker, which I was quite happy about. So now the next step was getting the actual fine wood, but you know, mid grinding, I got my first raid. So yeah, here's how that went. The first raid is actually piss easy. It just random animals just come attack you, so it's pretty much just free meat. But anyway, you might be asking yourself, hey, you don't have a bronze axe, so how are you actually going to get fine wood? Because normally in this game, you have to kill the first boss, Eikthyr, get the antler pickaxe, find tin and copper, mine that, visit dungeons, and then you can make a smelter, furnace, make a forge, and then make bronze, and then make the bronze axe. However, there's a little trick, so let me just visually show you what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Where is your sword? Don't need it.
Yeah, now there's a lot of exploits in this game, and this is the first one that's kind of big. You pretty much just bash trees into each other, namely the birch trees, and you'll break them, which is how you get fine wood. With all of that done, I was finally able to craft the fine wood bow. But as you all know, my goal isn't to just have the bow. I want it maxed out before I kill the boss. So yeah, I went back to more grinding. In Valheim, the number one cause to the most deaths in early game, I would say it's actually trees. However, if you're just careful, you watch your surroundings, see where they fall, you can avoid this pretty easily. Yeah, that one tree did more than half my HP, and not only that, but I panicked and started fighting the random Great Dwarfs that appeared out of nowhere, which left me on like 20 HP, which means I was a one tap. One mistake away from dying. Now, I decided to play carefully and actually run up the open ground where I could one by one take them off. This was quite scary, but at least I finally got to use my final bow. Starting day 5, I had everything I needed to make my final bow level 3, except deer hide. So yeah, I set out in the morning, got some deer, and then it was finally time to beat the first boss, Eikthyr. But this guy isn't really known to be the the toughest of bosses. I mean, he's the first boss after all. It's always a special feeling beating your first boss in a video game, since it's your first actual milestone to completing the game. But guys, I decided to make a slight change of rules. I'm gonna try to beat every boss twice to collect their trophy so I can put it up on my wall in my base. And yeah, I'm not sure if this was the greatest of ideas. I mean, we'll have to see. But yeah, so I beat him again, got his second trophy, and I had managed to get my bow skills up to level 16 at this point, which was quite great. But yeah, now the actual like adventure of this game would start, since I would no longer just be chilling in the meadows. I would actually have to go into dungeons, go into the Black Forest, fight way harder um, enemies. So yeah, I went to the altar. I put up the trophy, and yeah, now my real test in Valheim would actually start. When I came home, my very useful boar had finally tamed, and for some reason, I decided to name him Bob. Don't ask me why, it just kind of came to me. But yeah, I slept that day, completing it, starting day 6, and now I wanted to venture out and find out where those grey dwarfs came from. If you remember when the tree fell on my head, yeah, I got ambushed. As you can see, apparently there was a huge black forest right next to my base, which means I didn't even need to venture all that way when I went to get pinewood before. That feels great. However, I did meet some minor resistance just at the edge. I actually found my first shaman, which was a bit scary, but I was able to fight him, but I got surprised by a bear. Now, this is a new creature in the game, and I don't really have like a lot of ball knowledge when it comes to bears. They just kind of scare me. I'm not sure if he can one-tap me, but I did have a plan. Like, I had an idea. What if I trap him? You know? Isn't that smart? So, that's exactly what I did. I built a hole. I lured the bear over there, and I made him fall in, quickly making my escape before getting absolutely one-tapped. It was a success, and I actually turned this little hole into something useful. This is how I would get all my bow levels. Now this is a bit of a cheesy trick, but if you trap the bear, just encase him, yeah, you can just shoot at him for like infinite time. And the bear will heal up every night, meaning you had an infinite bow farm. To explain it a little bit better, how the skills work in Valheim, you don't get XP from the damage you do. It's actually just every time you damage something, you get XP. Meaning if you just spam the absolute shit out of your bow, you will actually start grinding levels really quick. Although, again, this is hardcore, and if something were to, I don't know, hit me in the hole, I was for sure dead. So I wanted to make something that made me feel a bit more safe. Now, this might not be the best looking thing I've ever built in my life, but don't hate, guys. I can build, okay? I don't know what the fuck happened here though. But yeah, I needed something that could cover me from the rain. I needed a campfire to get the rest of the buff, and I also needed a crafting station to just spam out a bunch of arrows. Because yeah, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time here, and yeah, you'll see in the next coming days. My heart dropped when this happened. How the fuck did I manage to accidentally slip in this fucking death pit? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you do in this situation? What would you do? Because I for sure thought I was dead. Like, there's a bear standing on my head. I cannot get up. Like, I tried everything. I tried sprinting, jumping. I tried using the Aether power. I even tried building. Nothing worked. So in the end, I decided to gamble. I brought out my pickaxe. Yeah, I mined one bit. I managed to get up, but it was so scary, bro. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck, man. That was something else. It's probably the biggest heart attack I've had in this game. Starting day 8, I had actually gotten my bow skills to level 40, and as you can see, it's quite good. I mean, these are skeletons in hardcore, and they get absolutely destroyed by my bow. So yeah, I marked down some dungeons, and I was actually lucky enough to find one of the guide stones to find the Elder boss. But yeah, I found my first troll cave, and I decided to try to go in. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much how I went. Just kind of shot him and used my spear. It's not that hard. If you get dodge rolling down in this game, there's not really any enemy that's difficult. It's just the first time you fight every enemy, you'll be cooked, which is why it's gonna be impossible later on in this game. Since it's hardcore, if I die, it's pretty much over. Once I was back at base, I was able to craft my first piece of actual armor, which felt pretty good. And with this, I decided to enter a burial chamber for the first time. And it went pretty good. I mean, there was a lot of skeletons, but I just used my bow, like always. And it's not really that hard if you just use distance and play smart. Starting day 9, I wanted to get more cores, so I wanted to find another one. But I got surprised by this skeleton level 2. Like this guy could kill me in one shot, I swear to God. Like a singular hit from this guy would end my life. I'm sure. But yeah, with my bow, I managed to tickle him until he died. But that was a scary encounter. But yeah, I went into more barrel chambers, which was quite easy as well. I just used my bow, like always. And I found enough cores to make both a furnace and a smelter. But on my way home, I went into another troll cave. And guys, look. Look at the damage I do with my bow. I managed to stagger a troll in hardcore on what is it, day 9? That's crazy. Anyway, when I came back home, I made a little plot, and I actually decided to put out two furnaces to get a lot of charcoal over the night. So yeah, I went to sleep. Next day, I would need to mine some ores because I mean I had coal, I had everything I needed now to get into the Bronze Age. So while I was out mining tin, I actually got distracted by my very cute cat Neo. And yeah, but that really goes to show in this game, if you don't pay attention, you might just die. Because this guy just pulled up, and bro, I checked back after the recording, and it was 20 milliseconds. That's like the window that I managed to dodge. But yeah, for some reason I thought, why not use him to mine? But then I remembered, well, yeah, this is hardcore. I'm gonna get ambushed by other dudes as well. So yeah, I decided to kill him instead because if I just miss time a singular time with this guy, I would die. And I do find the club man a bit more scary than the other one. So yeah, I ended up actually mining these myself, getting enough tin and copper to make my first bronze. And yeah, that was pretty much the end of this 10-day series, or this 10 days. And again, this is my first video, so I might not be perfect, but I really do hope it will get better. And I really do think so. And I would really appreciate any type of support or any comments. You can ask me anything because I will read every single one. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next 10 days. Peace.